Hello, everyone. My name is Chelsea Agmiani, and welcome to a DSI Public Policy webinar. The topic for this webinar is how to find out who your legislator is and how to contact them. As an overview of this webinar, I will be introducing the U.S. government, explaining what a legislator is, how to find your legislator, and how to contact them. So what is the purpose of the government? The main purpose of the government is to establish and enforce laws. Creating laws establishes order and stability to the country. The government creates laws for the well-being of the country. In order for the government to prevent one person from having too much power, the government created the three branches. The three branches are the legislative branch, which makes the laws, and it consists of Congress. This branch is the main focus of the webinar, so I'll be talking more about it later on. The executive branch carries out the laws. This branch consists of the president, vice president, and cabinet members. The judicial branch evaluates the laws. This branch consists of the court system. This includes the Supreme Court and other federal courts. The main difference between the federal and state government are the powers that are given. The federal government has powers that concern the country as an overall. The federal government has responsibilities such as overseeing national defense and foreign policy, vetoing law, impeaching officials, revising laws, and more. The state government has responsibilities that concern the individual states. They are responsible for state laws that concern criminal cases, Medicaid, estate laws, personal injury, and workers' compensation. So what is the legislative branch? The legislative branch consists of the Congress. The members of Congress have many responsibilities, including making laws, declaring war, impeaching and trying federal officials, and approving treaties. The Congress consists of two houses, the House of Representatives and the Senate. A member of Congress is called a legislator. The number of members in the House of Representatives, who are also called representatives, is based on how large the population is in each state. For example, Indiana has 9 members in the House of Representatives. Altogether, the country has 435 representatives. The representatives have the responsibility to impeach federal officials, electing the president, and making laws. Representatives are elected every 2 years. To become a representative, an individual must be at least 25 years of age, a U.S. citizen for at least 7 years, and live in the state that they will represent. Each state in the country has 2 members of the Senate. So altogether, there are 100 members of the Senate who are also called senators. The senators have the responsibility to approve or reject presidential nominations, try impeachment, and make laws. Senators are elected every 6 years. To become a senator, an individual must be at least 30 years of age, a U.S. citizen for at least 9 years, and live in the state that they will represent. So what is a legislator? A legislator is a person who is a member of Congress. So they will either be a senator or a representative. A legislator is responsible for creating laws. There are 11 state legislators in Indiana, which are 2 senators and 9 representatives. Altogether, the country has 535 federal legislators, which are 100 senators and 435 representatives. You can find your legislator by visiting the Indiana General Assembly website at iga.in.gov and the home page should look like the picture on the left. Once you get to the home page, scroll down to the bottom of the home page and click on the Find Your Legislator button, which is shown circled on the right picture. Once you click on that Find Your Legislator button, the picture on the very left will be shown, which are boxes where you can fill out your address, city, state, and zip code. Once you fill out that information, click on the search button. After you click on the search button, you'll find your state, local, and congressional legislators. And along that, they'll have their office address, their phone number, what party they're in, and what district they represent. To call your representative, you can find their contact information on the Find Your Legislator page under their name. Once you call that number, you will speak to whomever answers the phone. Either way, your message will still be sent to the legislator you're contacting. During that phone call, state the reason that you are calling that legislator and try to use the bill number and subject matter whenever possible. For example, if I'm calling about a House bill concerning bus safety, I will say, "Hi, my name is Chelsea Agbayani, and I'm calling about Bill S1234 about bus safety." During this phone call, you also want to state the position you want the legislator to take, so either to pass or oppose the bill. You also want to explain how the legislative will affect you and your family, and this will help put your situation into perspective. And make sure to mention just one issue per phone call. And before ending the phone call, ask for the legislator's position if they want to pass or oppose, and ask for a commitment to either oppose or pass the bill. And don't forget to thank them for the time. Always follow up the phone call with an email to summarize the phone call you just had. And if talking to a legislator is intimidating, you can always call on the weekend to leave a message. Sending an email is similar to having a phone call with your legislator. To email your legislator, you can find their email address on the Find Your Legislator page that I mentioned in a previous slide. Start your email with "Dear Representative" or "Dear Senator blank." Keep the email brief, friendly, and respectful, and say your issue about what you're asking in the beginning of the email. And refer to bill numbers whenever possible. The bill numbers can be found on congress.gov under the bill text. During this email, you want to also briefly explain how the bill will affect you and your family, and ask for a response about their position and explanation. So for example, saying something like, "I would appreciate being informed on what your vote was and why." And sign the name of the email with your name, address, and phone number. An example of what an email should look like is on the picture on the slide. Another option to contact your legislator is by visiting them at their office. But first, you have to make an appointment with the secretary or assistant. And you should be able to contact them with the phone number also. Each appointment should focus on either one or two issues. If you want to address more, then I'd make another appointment for another day. During this meeting, Review the background information and position statements, and be aware of the opposing position, because he or she may come back with how they oppose the bill. Try to use bill numbers and inform when the vote will be taken. And ask them what their vote will be, and ask why they chose the position. During this meeting, try to get a commitment by asking about supporting your position directly. So if you want that bill to pass, say, I would like you to also pass this bill. Can I depend on you for voting to pass on this? And always follow up your meeting with a note thanking the legislator for their time and reminding them of the issue. So I would pre-write this note before you enter the meeting. And the assistant might be sent to meet with you instead of the legislator, and that's okay. They are also important in the process of the bill becoming a law. And make sure your voice is heard, and you want to talk to your legislators. Your legislators are there to make sure your voices are heard. So speak your voice and you can make an impact. Thank you for your time, and for more information, please contact DSI at dsindiana.org. Thank you so much.